Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome back to the Gibraltar Challenge here on Football Manager 2016. We are starting a brand new season here, and what a better way to start it with some Champions League action. Now, we have had our coefficient risen again, so we will be joining the Champions League in the qualifying stage 2 again next season, but we do have to qualify from qualifying stage number 1 this year. That was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it? But yeah, that's not too bad. We have already had the qualifying draw for the second round as well, and we have drawn against an Albanian side. So should we win this, we should get through to the third qualifying stage with no real problems. Of course, we've had a massive advantage now because we got into the Champions League group stage last year. It means that this year our seeding's a lot higher, so we're picking up easier teams to face off against. That's a lot of words, and I'm annoying myself now. Let's get straight into it. Let's have a quick look at our transfers we made so far. We have not made many transfers. Only 3 players have come in. As you can see, we've let quite a few people go on free transfers so far. Nobody special, just some players that never really came to any real ability. This is Ben Yahia, which I'm hoping that Lincoln Redims might try and sign him. Why not? He's based in Gibraltar at the moment. Why not give him a go? But we have signed 3 players. We've signed... Well, let's go with Ben Knox first. A player who we've had locked in now for quite some time is a young Australian goalkeeper, just like all of our goalkeepers, come from the FIFA football, I don't know, the FFA Centre of Excellence, at least, from Australia. Quite a lot of players come from there. Next, we have got a cracking young player. I've been trying to sign him for a couple of years now. He's finally agreed to come into us, and that is Luis Cabrera, the Uruguayan centre-back. Yeah, just look. I can't even... Yeah, I can't tell you how good he is. You just got to see how good he is. He's that bloody good. He's also played in the World Cup this year, so we have got a World Cup player in our squad. And look, our values are back. That's even better. He's worth £550,000 from a free transfer. He's locked in on a contract now for 3 years as well, so we're laughing with that one. And we've made another signing, as you can see, probably our biggest ever signing for £475,000. We signed Joe Stevens from Leicester. Again, another really good player. And another player who's worth £500,000. So we brought him for 425, and he's already worth an extra £75,000. He's locked in again until 2029, so another 3-year contract. And they're not the only ones with values. Quite a lot of our players now have got decent values, which is really going to help us out if some big clubs come and try and steal some of our players. As you can see, got Christian Bayers at 575, Cabrera at 550. We got Angela Kovic at 525. Joe Stevens at 500, Evola at 425, so we've really got a decent sort of value on the go at the moment. So I think that's about as much as I've got to show you at the moment. Of course, there might be some more transfers as we go into the next few episodes, depending on if we have to sell anybody or if we bring anyone new in, if there's anyone good enough to come in, that is. And yeah, let's get straight into our first qualifying leg. We do have Jeunesse Esch. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Jeunesse Esch. I have no idea. They're from Luxembourg anyway. We're going to place them at home first, then we place them off away. And yeah, let's get straight into that first match. And here we go. As you can see, we are heavy favourites 1-20 to their 30-1 massive favourites. And that's who we got. We've got Partizani in the second round if we can get through this one. And they are from Albania. So we should have a nice, easy way through to the third qualifying stage. Yeah, the third qualifying stage. So hopefully we can get... I want to try and get into at the least the Europa League group stage, if not the Champions League group stage. And that would be fantastic. Another massive wad of money, and we can start to invest even more in players. So let's have a look at the team we've got set for this evening. It's very much the same as last year. We've not really integrated that many new players in. We've got Ramito staying in goal. I wonder if he'll play for Gibraltar at some point. Evola into left back. Worth £425,000 now. Nick Carlton, who is unhappy still about not playing as much football that he wanted to, but he's played quite a lot really, so we're going to continue to keep him playing because we want him to continue in and keep on, well, get that Gibraltarian nationality really. Alongside him we've got Roger Newby, who's no longer a newbie. This is his second season with us now. Good joke, wasn't it? Stefan Dammer at right back. He's not really a good right back, he's much better at centre back, but just to get him into the team, this is what we've got to do. He, fresh off the World Cup as well. He only played 2 games as a substitute. He didn't do fantastically well for them, but he got a couple of caps out of it. Chris Morgan in defensive midfield did not get into the World Cup squad for Australia, so he'll be unhappy about that, but hopefully if he can continue on with us, he'll get even better. Obef Coutinho is alongside him. We've gone for a really strong side. Although this is a really easy game, I just wanted to make sure that our best players were fit going into that Champions League, because as you can see, actually Finn Baird's one of the best ones with 86 match sharpness. A lot of them are a lot lower than that. Look at Stevens, for example, making his debut. He's at 59% match sharpness, so that's going to be an interesting one. See, he's not actually played a game for Leicester, has he, Joe? We brought him from Leicester, but he's never played a single game for them. He joined Leicester from... Did he play for Everton? Yeah, he moved from Fulham to Everton for £500,000, and he went on loan to a few different clubs in the Championship, so he's done pretty well. Played 3 games for Everton in the Premiership, then went to Leicester on a free transfer, didn't do anything for a season, now he's joined us. So I'm looking forward to seeing how good he is. Aiden Day, or AD Day, shall I say, is a player we know is fantastic from the end of last season. Only brought him in January, and he scored 6 goals and made plenty of assists as well. And up front, we have Christian Baez, the Paraguayan striker, who scored 17 goals in 13 games, and he only joined us in January as well, so I think he's just going to get better and better this season. So that is about as much. They've got quite a defensive team lineup. We've got some big names on the bench. Franks, Tundi, Cabrera, hopefully going to make his debut at some point, but he's fresh off the World Cup, and he's not 100% fit. Angela Kovic might come in at some point. Bernal, Jared Murphy as well. So there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices we can go for. So let's go into this one. Let's tell them we want to see how good they are. I'm not expecting wonderful things from Steven straight away. Like I said, he's very unfit compared to his other teammates. Because whereas our season only finished a few weeks back and a few of our players have still got a little bit of match fitness, Stevens didn't play at all last season, did he, for Everton? So he's really unfit. So hopefully we can get him back into his fitness as soon as possible. Baez plays it out wide. It's been cut out. That's bad pass that by Baez. And it's Fees who plays it forward to Shaq. So this is a team from Luxembourg, these guys. Jeunesse. Esch. I have no idea. Let's just try to avoid saying their names, basically. Stevens comes forward, plays the ball out wide to AD Day, who heads it into the middle of the box. Baez loses it. It comes back out to Todorovic. Nikolai. Back to Murantovic. And this is a bit of a slow build-up, this one, but we are back in control coming forward again. Stevens sees the run of AD Day, who does manage to get onto the end of the ball, crosses the ball into the back of the penalty area, and there it is to pass it into the back of the net is Finn Baird. And as you can see, the stand at the back of here is currently missing, and that's because we are looking to improve the size of our stadium. We tried to build our own and we were told we couldn't, so we are improving the stadium, and there's going to be an extra 1,300 seats, I think, being put into it. You can see roughly how big that stand is going to be. It's going to take about 8 or 9 months to complete, so probably the entire season, but next year we should start to see an advantage from that, and that's a good thing. I like that. I thought we would put all the money into it, but it turns out we haven't, because we share the stadium. We have only paid £300,000 towards it, and some of the other clubs have as well, as Finn Baird scores a second goal, and we're only 3 minutes in and we're winning this one 2-0. I was still talking about that shipping container's been like, it's disappeared into the sand, isn't it? So yeah, we are going to be, it doesn't look very good, does it? Look, it looks like it's been just like bombed or something, doesn't it? Half it's missing, exploding, so that. But it's going to be a nice, you can see it's going to be a nice big stand at the back there. We're able to fit a lot more people in. So yeah, we only paid £325,000 towards that. The other clubs in Gibraltar that also share in it, that do have enough money, have also contributed towards that. And it's going to really help us out, especially in some of these Champions League games. And we are building our fan base season upon season. We got quite a few sellouts last year. Considering our first season, we were struggling to get 100-200 people in this stadium, and now we're consistently selling out the 2,000 seats every single time. 4 minutes in, we're 3-0 up. Wow. Well, it looks like the first qualifying stage is done. So now we're just going to use this now as a fitness operation, just to get our fitness up now. So yeah, it's really going to help out a lot of the other clubs as well, because when clubs like Glacis and Gibraltar United, who both qualified for the Europa League, when they get some big European games going, then they'll be able to sell more tickets as well. And I think it's just going to help the whole of Gibraltar slowly improve, not just ourselves. So that's a good one. And obviously we will continue to look to improve the size of this stadium and build our own stadium as well. Another thing we are in the middle of doing is we are improving our youth facilities. It's cost us £8 million to build new youth facilities, but we are doing that because we want to try and improve our youth. Oh, wow, 5 minutes in, it's 4-0. Stevens with his first goal. I know it's been disallowed for offside. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, so we are spending £8 million on improving our youth facilities, and it is going to mean that we will get hopefully better players come through our youth academy, and it means that also the young players we do have are just going to improve as well. Roger Newby this time does get the 4th goal, and we are 6 minutes and 15 seconds in, and we are winning 4-0. What an incredible, incredible set of events this is. I've never seen us dominate a game this much. It just shows that this team right here, Jeunesse, Esch. Jeunesse Esch. I don't know. From Luxembourg are even worse than the teams we have in our own division. So it's really just a case of, like I said, just getting the fitness of players up. Do we have anyone else on the bench? We probably want to get Atundi's fitness up. Cabrera can come on in the second half, as well as Angela Kovic. And that's what we just want to do. We want to try and get as many players fit as we possibly can for when we get into the next rounds of the Champions League. When things get a little bit more difficult, we want to make sure that our fitness is as high as it possibly can be. Coutinho plays the ball over the top. Baez was clean through and he's put it in for a 5th. 13 minutes in. We're averaging a goal every 2 minutes and 10 seconds or something like that here. And this is getting embarrassing now for Jeunesse Echt. Jeunesse Echt. Jeunesse Echt. Yeah. It's getting embarrassing now. I'm just going to call him Nessie. It's getting embarrassing now for Nessie of Luxembourg. And it's looking more and more and more dominant for us. They have a goal kick. It's Muller playing it forward. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it is going to take for this stadium. I think it was 8 or 9 months, I think they said. But it'd be great once it is finished. Finbair plays the ball in. There's nobody there, but AD Day on the far side is going to pick it up and get another chance to cross the ball in. No, he doesn't. He loses it to Muratovic, who plays it forward. Coutinho heads it down to Morgan, who plays it back into Coutinho, who plays it back to Roger Newby. Into Morgan. Could there be a 6th goal in the first 20 minutes here for us? Baird hooks it in. Now Stevens gets a chance to score his first goal for Europa Point, and he does score it. He'll be happy with that, scoring a goal on his debut. Not difficult, is it really? We're 6-0 up now after 20 minutes. It wasn't difficult to score that goal. We could break a record here for highest score in the Champions League, you know. I know we are quite attacking as it is at the moment. We're playing quite an attacking formation. We're quite attacking players as well. But this forward line, wow. Wow indeed. Finbaird is playing a 9.4. Baez is a 9.3 with 2 goals and 2 assists. Stevens an 8.7. AD David 8.9. Roger Newby's an 8.8. Nearly everybody's on an 8 now. Morgan heads it forward to Baez. Could there be a 7th goal before the half-time whistle? Baez is on a hat-trick. Is he going to go this one alone? Looks like he might be going this one alone. He takes the shot and it is saved by Muller. Looks like it's not going to be 7-0 before half-time. What a shame. We'll have to settle for 6. Well, it's just too easy, isn't it, this? I think this is the reason why we're going to be put into the second qualifier. As you can see, we're not doing too bad, really, are we? Part of me is tempted to... Why is Stevens... I suppose because it doesn't mean much to him, does it, that we're getting a lot of credit really recently because he's brand new to the team. That sort of makes sense, I suppose. So Bernal's probably a player I want to bring on, as is maybe Franks as well. And Angela Kovic. They're the ones that have got the lowest condition. So we'll probably wait a little bit and bring them on in a few. We'll bring them on in about 10-15 minutes. And then maybe in the second leg those guys can play just to get their match fitness up. And that's the, like I said earlier on, that's the big thing. We want to make sure that we are in as strong as possible position for when we do come up against a difficult side. We know we've got this game more or less in the bag now. We're into the second qualifying stage of the Champions League. Then we have the Albanian side, which again should be quite easy for us. And then it's all into the third qualifying stage, which I think the third qualifying stage, if you win that, you go into the playoff to get into the Champions League. If you lose that, I think you go into the Europa League. So again, I think we get into the third qualifying stage. It's a win-win situation, really. Stevens heads it onto the Bayes, who is on a hat-trick. Be nice if he scored that now, because I'm going to bring him off soon for Eric Franks. Bayes takes a shot. It's off the angle. It is still on the pitch, but Musht kicks it clear. And that stand is going to be massive compared to the rest, isn't it? I didn't realise just how much we are adding. Like I said, it's an extra, I think it was 1,400 seats. So it's going to be quite a big amount added. Finbaird with a corner. Patiño with a header and is saved by Muller. Right, we are there now. So we are going to make the substitution. So we are going to bring Patiño forward. Eric Franks is going to come on for Bayes. Angela Kovic is going to come on for Morgan. And then Bernau is going to come on. Oh, we missed a goal. I think Bayes has just scored his hat-trick. I think he has just scored his hat-trick. He has. Well, that's alright then. We're going to take him off as soon as he scores his hat-trick. AD Day with the cross. And Bayes was there at the near post to blast it into the back of the net. That's 7-0. Bayes has made his hat-trick and now he's going to be taken straight off the pitch. And on comes Eric Franks. Eric Bernau and Angela Kovic as well. I didn't change their roles in the team because I really want to get back and watch the highlight of that goal. Can't believe we missed that goal. So can we get another 1 or 2 goals? For it doesn't really matter now, does it really? We're 7-0 up. I think this game is very much in our hands. And the one thing that I do like about this is that we've been very clinical here today. 26 shots, 9 on target, 7 goals. That's pretty impressive. 8 goals, shall I say. As AD Day puts into the back of the net. Is that his hat-trick? No, that's his first goal of the season. But he has earned that goal from such a fantastic performance he's put in already here this evening. Finbaird's free kick and AD Day just taps it into the back of the net. So we're going to struggle here with gate receipts this early part of the season because the stands are, that back stand of course is missing. So it's going to be a much smaller gate receipt, but still it shouldn't be a major problem because in the long run it's going to greatly help us out. So 86 minutes in, AD Day with 3 assists and a goal. Is he going to be man of the match or is it going to be given to Bayes? Bayes, 3 goals and 2 assists. Probably deserves it, doesn't he, really? But he didn't play the full game. Dama, who's been booked as well. That's not going to help him out too much. Bernau forward to Angela Kovic. Forward to Stevens, who's had a pretty good debut, Joe Stevens, at attacking midfield. Franks now plays it out wide to Finbaird. Is there another one in this game for us? A 9-0? Maybe no, it's going to go out for a throw-in. That looks like it could be the end of the game. And it is an 8-0 victory at home against Jeunesse Esch. Something like that anyway. And Bayes did get the man of the match. A 9.8 rating for his 3 goals and 2 assists. Well, you can't say much more than that, can you really? I'm extremely delighted with that result. And straight away, we are looking fantastic. So now let's get straight into that second leg, which is very much going to be just a case of going through the motions, really. But we'll try and change the team up a little bit and try and get everyone's match fitness up as high as we possibly can. And here we go with leg number 2 of this 8-0 thrashing from the first half, from the first leg at home. It was just a bit too easy, really, wasn't it? Sergio Tuni is going to be our key man. As you can see, we've made quite a few changes and changed the formation as well. Just trying to get as many players on the pitch as possible to get a little bit of match fitness ahead of what could be more difficult games. So that's why we've changed things up a little bit. They've changed things up as well. They've gone more attacking. They've almost copied our formation from the first leg. So it'd be interesting to see if it's effective for them. We've got Bruno Ramito in goal. In the defence, we have Stefan Dama playing at centre-back for a change. Obeth Patiño playing at centre-back as well. And Nick Harlton, a player who's unhappy and wants to leave. Apparently he's had too many broken promises. I don't understand why, because we keep playing him. Like last season, he said he didn't play enough first team football. He played 9 league games, 4 cup games, and 7 Champions League games. That's quite good. Seeing how many games we have. Defensive midfield, we have Anders Broger, just signed a brand new contract with us. Only worth 15k, but again, another player who is looking to gain Gibraltarian nationality. He's got another 2.5 years before he can play for the national side. He'll probably get called up for Denmark by then. Verdan Angelakovic, player who's very, very good. As you can see, financially very expensive. He's locked in for another 2 years with us, isn't he? That's good. Not very match fit at the moment, so it'd be good to see him in the game. Alongside him, we've got Eric Bernau, the American central midfielder. Again, another guy who needs match fitness. And he's unhappy with playing Not enough games last season as well, so another one in for that. Finn Baird continues at left midfield. Looking pretty good. He's at 52% match sharp now, 92% match sharpness now. Sergio Tundi on the other side, 75%. So good to get him caught up as well. Then up front, we're going to go with Eric Franks, the American, who came on for the second half of the last game. Didn't score a goal, didn't know. Only put a 6.7 in as well. 67% match sharpness, so he needs to get his way up. And then Frank Banning, 51% match sharpness, so he really needs to get himself up as well. So yeah, I think it's a decent team. It's not our strongest team, but it's a team that should be able to win this one pretty damn easily. And yeah, I'd be disappointed if they didn't, really. We're really disappointed if they didn't. So as you can see, they have not managed to get many fans to come and watch their team against the team that defeated them 8-0, have they really? And I don't blame their fans. They're just the one thing that does annoy me is we've been to all these places so far. We've been, for example, to San Marino. We're now at Luxembourg, and all these clubs that we're hammering have got bigger and better stadiums than what we ever have or ever could dream of at the moment. So it's a little bit annoying. I know we're going to be able to build ours up at some point. I'd love to have a stadium this size for our club, but I don't think we've really got the fan base yet to be able to use it. But the chairman is now open to building a new stadium, but I think we have to wait until our expansion is finished on the national stadium. It's a little bit disappointing, but it should be a good way to help boost the other clubs in Gibraltar. Frank's now bringing the ball forward, and they've managed to last 14 minutes so far, but Angelo Kovic does put it into the back of the net, and we are 9-0 up on aggregate. We can start to breathe a little bit easier now. We have the away goal. Yeah, like it really matters, yeah. We have the away goal and the 8 home goals as well. Angelo Kovic puts it right into the near post. So again, it's another great way to get match fitness up for all these players by being involved in these matches. And they're pretty close together, and because obviously we have not done a full set of proper training yet, the struggling to get our health back after matches, but we're really getting our match fitness up. So guys like Finn Baird are struggling now at the moment. I think he's down to like a low 70, high 60s already. So we might have to bring him off in the second half at some point. Ramito plays a big goal kick forward. Looking very Route 1 there. Headed clear by May, but only as far as Bernal to Serge Tundi. Takes it past 2. Went for the cross. Bounced off the defender, and Broga's going to pick it up now and play it back to Nick Harton, who plays it forward to Bernal, to Atundi. Takes it past another one. There's the deep cross, and it almost went in, but it's going to now as Franks kicks it in. Atundi's cross, in inverted commas. I'm not sure if it was a proper cross or not. Almost caught the keeper off guard. Keeper could only palm it back into the 6-yard box, and Franks was there. I think Atundi might have gone for that, you know. And Franks was quicker and able to blast it right into the top corner and make it 2-0 here in Luxembourg against Nessie. That's what I'm calling them now. Jeunesse Esch. At least in the next episode we're going to have Partizana, who are our Albanian team. They're a bit more easier to pronounce really, aren't they? Angelo Kovic on the ball now. Plays it forward. It's going to be picked up by Finn Baird. Goes for a deep cross again. I wonder if that's something they've looked at, you know. Finn Baird and Sergio Tundi have both gone for those very direct looking crosses now. It didn't work for Atundi. Well, it did indirectly work for Atundi. But it has worked there for Finn Baird. Keeper really struggling here. And now we are 3-0 up after 25 minutes. Against Jeunesse Esch. Apparently we brought a really big fan base with us to this game. 20 people came, which is good. It looks like we've got our own stand. The one underneath the camera, literally the one of the big main stands, is being given to the away fans. That's not very good, is it really? I can't believe they've got this massive stadium and they can barely... This is Champions League football and they can barely sell it out against the club that were in the Champions League group stage last year. That's the impressive bit. You think if like a San Marino team had turned up here, would they have got more people because it would have been more of an even game, or would they have had less people because it's just a boring game? Atundi... Oh, God, wow. Atundi's header hit the crossbar. Franks was there trying to put it in as well, but it was offside for Franks. Chanot Kicks the ball forward. Atundi with a great header. Forward to Franks. Takes it past Much. Franks with a cross into the middle. Frank Banning. It's 3-0. It's 4-0, sorry. After 40 minutes here. And we are 12-0 up on aggregate. And this is just far too easy. I know we've improved our team with a couple of really good players this summer. Neither of whom are actually playing today. This is our normal team. But this is just impressive. Really is. Franks and Banning linking up well. The two strikers. Two strikers that don't often get as much first team football because of some of the other players we do have. Who we got can bring on in place of Finn Baird in this one? We might have to change the formation a little bit. Which we can probably do. Dama plays it forward now. It's picked up by Schwack. Borges Tavers. This is I'm struggling with these names. Shaq to Vaz. I can do Vaz. Vaz is not bad. Dama plays it forward to Baird. Borges Tavares picks it back up. Forward to Thies. Back to Todorovic. Tries to play it out wide, but it's cut out by Nick Carlton very well. Sergio Tundi again picks the ball up on the right hand side and does very well to bring it forward. Big cross in. Franks on the volley right into the back of the net, and again we are 5-0 up before half time. And you know what? We could end up scoring another 8 here. We're really good. We're only 3 goals away from matching our first leg. And we did actually beat a record in that first leg. Well, it was more of a club record. It was the first time we scored 8 goals in a game. Our previous goal scoring record was a 7-0 victory over Olympique. As Broga brings it forward to Franks, we could get a 6th here. Still in the first half, the rate of it. Franks goes for the big shot. It's gone wide. Franks really thinking this is a bit too easy for him now. I wonder if AD Day could play on the left-hand side in place of Finn Baird. That's a bit too much to ask of him. Who knows? Who knows? We'll give him another 15 minutes or so first. Another 10-15 minutes. Yeah, Finn Baird needs to come off. His match fitness is looking pretty good though. Stevens could do with coming on to get his match fitness up a little bit as well. Jared Murphy could do with coming on as well, but he's a left back. I wonder if he can play like further up the pitch. He can play left wing back, but not left attacking midfield. Okay, we'll ignore that. Let's just continue on now for a few more minutes, and when we get to about 60 odd minutes, we'll make a few substitutions, just trying to get some more match fitness up. We might take Finn Baird off because he's struggling with normal fitness. Or energy, I think it is. Franks forward to Atundi. Can we get 3 more goals in the second half as well? That's going to be the interesting one. Atundi with a cross in. Well, we always get the goal in the first couple of minutes. Finn Baird, he is offside, but it was over the top as well. I tell you what, we've actually not got as much possession as our opponents in this one. We've got 49% of possession to their 51%. So we are now at 53 minutes. So I think we'll look at making those substitutions now. So I'm going to go into advanced tactics just to try and plan it out a little bit because I don't quite know what I'm going to do here. Would AD Day be able to play there at all? He's going to struggle. Or we could just push both these guys in narrow. Like so. It's not AD Day's best position again, but it's better than playing him out wide. And then maybe Joe Stevens can take Atundi's place. Like so. As that advanced playmaking, let's play him at attacking midfield, give him a try out there. And then Patino struggling as well, so let's bring on anyone else? No, we're going to bring on Newbie for Patino then. And there we go. So 3 substitutions. It's going to make us very, very narrow now, but it doesn't really matter too much, does it? We're winning 5-0 in the second leg. We're 13-0 up on aggregate. It's just a case now just trying to continue to get the match fitness up as well as we can. Baird into Angela Kovic, who's through, and he did take the shot and he put it wide. Angela Kovic, I was convinced he was going to get the goal there. There are the substitutions. Roger Newby, Joe Stevens and AD Day come onto the pitch. 3 guys that are probably stronger than the guys they've replaced. And is there any more twist in the tail? I don't think twist in the tail. It's not really much of a twist, is it, really, if we score some more goals? It's just more the same, isn't it, really? So we've got a free kick. Is that going to be a highlight? Nope. Looks like we could be done and dusted. You know what? Let's just go overload. It's tactically the wrong decision to make, but at the same time, just want a bit of fun. Let's see if we can score another goal before the end of the game. Right, they've got a throw in. It's cleared by Angela Kovic up to Stevens, and because we're on overload now, we should have more players up attacking. Franks is on the ball. As you see the wave of whites just running up the pitch. Stevens is on it. Stevens went for the cross. It was blocked. And Spinelli brings the ball out. Sprinelli, something like that. Vaz plays it across to Colette. You know what? They're actually attacking us here. They could score a goal. That'd be great for them. Just get their fans a little bit of excitement. But it'd be nice for us to get 2 clean sheets. And that was a terrible pass. And 80 Day picks it up, brings it across to Angela Kovic, who plays the big ball forward to Banning. Banning, great bit of control. Good tackle there, but it only went as far as Stevens, who plays it across to Franks. Oh, straight into the goalkeeper. Come on, Franks. You had that. Well, evidently he didn't, right? But Stevens with a corner kick. It's going to come back out. He volleys it back in. Oh, what a cross. Stevens took the corner kick. It was headed back out to him. He volleyed it back. And it was a perfect volley. And Frank Banning was there to volley it into the back of the net. Just look at this, look. Goes back to him and he volleys it back into the middle of the box. And Frank Banning is there just to side foot it into the back of the net. And it is the 6th goal in this away leg. We are now 14-0 up on aggregate. Which is pretty insane. And we could get another one here. We're on the counter-attack. 80 Day forward to Frank Banning. Into Stevens. Joe Stevens is on the ball. Takes a shot. Wow. We paid £425,000 for a guy who spoons the ball like that. I'm joking. I'm sure it'd be a great signing for us. So a minute left of time added on. This could be the end of the game now. The final highlight. Stevens again. Very good defensive work there, really. Heading it forward, but it's been picked back up. Nessie come forward. With Thies on the ball. Plays it across to Spinelli. Spinelli. I don't know. Let's just ignore him. Randamovic. So this Luxembourg side are not very good, in all fairness. And I think now we can start to avoid them going forward because we are, like I said, going back into the 2nd qualifying stage of the Champions League as of next season. So we're not going to have to do this first qualifying leg anymore, which I was happy to get put back into this, telling our truth, because it allowed us the chance to get our match fitness up before we hit a difficult team in the 2nd qualifying stage. But now, because we're seeded in the 2nd qualifying stage, it's not too bad because we're bound to get an easier team there as well. So in theory, we're looking okay now as time goes forward. So there we go, a 6-0 victory away from home, which puts us through quite easily, 14-0 aggregate. You look at all the other teams, it's been quite close games, isn't it, really? Just shows we really shouldn't be where we are. And let's have a look at the news, where that's going to put us. We've qualified, no surprises there. Cancelled friendly, there we go. We have got now KF Partizani Tirana, the side from Albania, which would be pretty good. That should again be another easy win for us, really. I'm hoping so. Let's have a look at the schedule. We've got a game against Panathinaikos in a friendly. I think we might stick with that one. Sometimes I like to cancel the friendlies, but I think I might keep that just to continue to build our match sharpness up for that game against Partizani. And then if we win that, we'll go through to the 3rd qualifying stage, which I believe means that if we can lose the 3rd qualifying stage, we drop into the Europa League. If we win the 3rd qualifying stage, we go into the playoffs. And if we win the playoffs, we go into the group stage. So at the moment, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. We might be able to mimic what we did last season and get into the Champions League group stage. And if we could do that, that'd be incredible. It would really improve our bank balance tenfold. Let's have a quick look and see when that stadium is going to be completed. The 5th of the 3rd. So the 5th of March 2027, that should be completed. Youth facilities are going to be finished by the 8th of January, which should be good because that means that it will give us a chance. So the new youth intake will be from the new youth facilities, which will be pretty good. And training facilities will be completed by the 8th of January as well. Can we build a new stadium yet? Nope. No, we can't build a new stadium yet. The reason we've got a £6 million loss is because we are paid for the new youth facilities. That's the only reason why. And of course, we're going to get a chunk of money back when we get knocked out of the Champions League. Or if we get through to the group stage, we get another £8 million back as well anyway. We've also been allowed to improve the amount of coaches we have now. So that's something we got given in this summer. So that's pretty good. We've got under 21 coaches now, as well as some extra coaches. Well, we do have Peter Crouch as a coach and Matt Derbyshire as a coach. So two footballers that are knocking around at this point in time in real life are both coaching for our club, which is pretty good. Let's have a quick look at the transfer list. Wow, that's a £7.25 million player, Roberto Novo. Apparently, how much is he worth? How much are they trying to sell him for? 3.7 million. That's a... You know what? It's probably not a bad signing. It'd probably be a really good signing for us, but I don't really know if I want to spend that much money on one player because we tend to be able to get some players a lot cheaper. Like this guy here isn't bad at all, is he really? Like he's £750,000, but they wanted him for 2.8 million. I don't want to pay 2.8 million. Jamie Cresswell. No, that's not different. That's a different Jamie Cresswell. So yeah, the transfer list is looking pretty good at the moment. We might have to pick a couple of new players up before the beginning of the new season. But like I said, I don't want to pick up too many players because we're struggling at the moment with keeping everyone happy. We've lost quite a few of our under-18s. But that's not really going to change our main course too much, is it? If we get some bids in for some of these sort of fringe players, I might accept them, you know. Guys like Diallo, whose contract's expired anyway. Marlon Manning wants to leave, so we might let him go. Philippe, if something comes in, we might let him go. Jason Kelly, we might let him go. So there's a few players we might let go should the right offer come in. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and I'm going to stop blabbing now. Our next episode, like I said, we're going to have the Champions League second qualifying stage against Partizani, and I hope to see you all there. Of course, if you have enjoyed this video, then please do hit that like button. It does really help me out, and I think a 14-0 win on aggregate really deserves a like. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well for a lot more of the Gibraltar Challenge. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.